Hi friends, how are you all? I think you are doing well. Welcome back to my channel Learn English with Yusuf. So I am back with a new video, that is how to write an interview in annual exams. So that is the main motto of my video for the students to make their marks more maximum, to score more marks in their annual examination. So that is what we are gonna do it now. So generally you know that video interview is generally oral, but here you guys have to write in exam. So finally all the discourses which actually carry 20 marks in SSC board, they actually carry 20 marks. So all the discourses very important. You need to know the formats, you need to know the question and answers, you need to know all the things that actually required for to score more marks and all. So in this video I am going to show you how actually a good interview, a model interview to be written by the student, and how many marks to be given for such interviews at the time of spot valuation. So how marks are divided for the interview at the spot valuation when the correction is going on. So why late? Then get into the topic. Right friends, so you could see here on the screen that interview writing. So in this video that I have already told you that I am going to discuss the 4 points, that is one, interview futures, and also awarding marks at the spot valuation, how the people evaluate your paper, and also the third point, that is format, how actually it must be. And the fourth point is model example, how and what are the ways to be done your interview in a perfect way. So that's what. So then let us go to the next page. So you could see here how the interview features are given here. So you could see your points to remember. The first point is greeting. So when you interview a man, so you must know that the greeting, proper greeting according to the person. And it also like interviews also like conversation. Both of them look like same. So the 20% space for the names and the 80% space for the matter to be given. And there must be 10 to 12 exchanges, as I said in a conversation even. So next point, fifth point, the colon must be straight. Colon means 2 dots. Yeah, polite expressions to be used while doing the interview. And the seventh point is formal language to be used in an interview, especially more. And framing proper questions. So you need to know the proper questioning. So here actually proper spelling is misspelled. So proper questions to what? Example, how are you is a question. Generally children sometimes get confused and say they say that how you are. It's not correct. So that is what you need to keep in the mind. So this is the way you can have the questions. And here let us go to the next point. Okay, so you could see your 7th point, formal language to be used. 8th point, framing proper questions. 9th point, questions must be grammatically correct. And 10th point is layout to be followed. And what is layout? I'll tell you. Follow the tense and accordingly situation. Questions based on the question given in the question paper. That is very important. For all the questions, question in the question paper is very important, and you need to make use of the following hints given in the question paper. So you should not go without reading the hints given in the question paper. I always tell you that half of the answer is available in the question paper. So 13th point, that the use expressions which generally use in conversations also. And 14th point, thanking the guest for giving interview. So that is what. And after that you could see here awarding marks. How do you award? It means how the teachers award the marks at the time of valuation your paper. It is focusing point actually. So the first point is proper introduction and beginning. How many marks? 1 mark. Using discourse, markers and language appropriate to the context. How many marks for this? 2 marks. Third point, questions and responses in the interview script be relevant to the context. Context important. What is question? And based on the interview is to be written. And moreover, interview is between who the people, like teacher or the students, are formal or informal. Appropriate closing must be there ending to the interview. And even fifth point, grammatically it must be correct. PNG means person, number and gender. So for that 1 mark. And conventions of writing, I told you already, that is all about the punctuations. Final 7th point is coherence, use of the connectives and pronouns. So how many marks for that? 2 marks. So this is what all about the marks giving at the time of valuation. So my dear friends, students, when you write interview, you need to follow all the 7 points so that you can impress the man who is evaluating your paper. Actually, they need such things. When you give these such things, they give you more marks like 9.5 out of 10. So this is what about the marks giving for your interview. Right. So next one. The next one is the format of an interview. How the format looks like. Let us see the best example. Format of an interview. So interview between news reporter and Nick Vujicic. Suppose news reporter, good morning sir, how are you? Then Nick Vujicic, very good morning, I am fine, thank you. So like this. News reporter, you can go on writing here information. Nick Vujicic. The interview, when you write an interview, you must know how the interview questions to be followed, the proper questions to be needed to be framed. That is what very important. Right. So you could see here, this is all the things which you all have to keep in the mind while doing the interview. Let us see now. What is the 20% and 80%? So this is 20%. You might have understood by this time what my intention is. This is the space provided for the names 20%. And this is the space provided for matter 80%. So this is what all very important when you do it. So you should not write in the zigzag manner and you should not get confused while doing this. So you could see last lines. Okay, last line. What are the last lines? See, thank you sir for coming all the way and giving us your valuable time. Then Nick Vujicic says, you are most welcome for having me here. So these are what very important points. Ending. This is ending conclusion. Right. So now I'll show you the best example of interview. Now let us see here. So what is this interview? Given below is an interview between former President APJ Abdul Kalam and a journalist. Let us see. Journalist. What is the journalist question? First question, see. What actually to be the question? First one. Actually it must be very good morning sir. And first of all, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Then Abdul Kalam. Good morning. Feel free to ask any question. Then journalist. Thank you sir. Sir, you always say that we must dream big and follow our dreams. What makes one follow one's own dreams? Then Abdul Kalam. Dreams are finally nothing but goals are mission in life. In my case, I had great teachers, various phases of life. You should convert your goals and mission to success in spite of the problems. Next, journalist. So, what is more important, the ability to handle failure or the ability to respond to the failures? Then Abdul Kalam says, of course, I have myself gone through many success and a few failures. Great success has some elements of failures. So dear students, so likewise we go on writing interview based on the given question and all. So you should not get confused. So this is what I don't have much time. I cannot make the video lengthy. So I cannot read all the interview. You can go on just reading and pausing my video. So this is what. Let us come to the last part. APJ Abdul Kalam. They must think in a big way. It is the heights of thoughts that determine the heights to which you could inspire. So as human beings, they should have great thoughts and great aims, and success has to follow. Journalists are finally says, thank you very much, sir, for coming and for giving me this opportunity, for having this interview and all. So likewise, we can make a beautiful interview. You all might have understood what interview is and all. So this is the way you can design an interview or frame proper questions, grammatically correct and all. So dear friends, this is the way you can frame interview. So I think you all have understood. I think we have covered all the points. If you like my video on this interview, like, share and subscribe my video, and also comment me if it is good, comment me if it is not. You can also comment in the box. I can improve myself. Thank you so much for giving me this chance.